And continuing our complete coverage for you this morning, the Superintendent of Mesa Public Schools joining us now, Dr. Andi Fourlis. Thank you very much for joining us. Obviously a big day for you. Tell me how John talked about it, but he's talking about a lot of districts here. Can you sort of reset the pace and let us know what is happening there in Mesa?
Good morning, and thank you for listening to the Mesa story today. We made a commitment to our community that we would open up our schools to in-person learning, classroom by classroom, school by school. So that means that our leadership team takes a deep dive into every positive COVID case for both our staff and our students, so we can understand how the virus behaves in our community and in our schools. And one of the things that we've learned is that the virus behaves differently in our schools than it does in just looking at a zip code. So while we look at the metrics that are put out by Maricopa County Health Department, we also take a look at very specifically how is that virus showing up and behaving in our schools.
And how is it?
So we have taken a look. We have 85 schools. We are the largest school district in the state. We have 7 schools that are beginning remote. They will stay in remote learning today because we know that the virus, the stories behind the virus indicated that's the best learning model for them. We have 4 schools that are in modified in-person 2-day learning. So they will be on an A-B schedule. We will be monitoring that till January 29th, and we'll take a look at, and we also know that at any time we could change a learning model of a school based on how the virus is showing up in that in that particular school and that particular community.
So these are customized plans. I mean, you're being proactive. Absolutely. Depending on the dashboard, correct? I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Absolutely. And so you'll see a modification. We have increased our mitigation strategies as well as our communication. So our data dashboard now will show all of our schools which learning model that each of our schools is currently in. We believe that that's important to communicate across our very large district.
We're back here a couple of weeks after a winter break. No shortage of opinions on those for kids in school, those for kids remaining online, and the hybrid. What are you hearing overall generally from the parents in your district?
Our parents have been so patient and incredibly supportive, but also, to be very fair, there's a lot of frustration. It's hard to understand how we make decisions when there is very concrete data that comes from the community, from the county. But what's very important is one of those pieces of information from the county is that we have to look at what this looks like school by school, classroom by classroom. And so we're very committed to that because we have an amazing team that can do that. The other thing that is very important as we come back is that beginning tomorrow, we are going to start vaccines for Mesa Public Schools staff at Westwood High School, and there will be a rollout every day at each of our 6 high schools. So we are finalizing the specific details, but this is of our highest importance, and we believe that this is our most important mitigation strategy to add to our repertoire at this time.
And it seems like that will help with that second dose, which is so crucial as well. And the timing on that?
Absolutely. And all of this is in partnership with Mesa Fire and Medical and Mesa Public Schools. So one of the things that COVID has taught us is we can't fight this alone. This is a community effort to ensure that our students and our staff are as safe as they possibly can be.
Okay, wow, you guys are staying ahead of this. We appreciate that. I have to ask you this because, I mean, obviously being the largest district in the state, we've got a lot of moms and dads and guardians, grandmas and grandpas and the like watching. We know that Mesa Public Schools, the governing board, has elected a new president. So what should we know about her?
Oh my goodness, great question. Mrs. Jenny Richardson is our new president of our governing board. She's a longtime citizen, parent and grandparent within Mesa Public Schools. She's dedicated a life of service to not only Mesa Public Schools, but also to the city of Mesa. So our community knows that they are in very good hands with Mrs. Richardson leading our governing board.
Well, she's living this firsthand like the rest of the moms and dads out there, right? We are feeling it for sure. Thank you for taking the time to be with us this morning. Thank you for your insight. We appreciate it. We wish you well, Dr. Andi Fourlis, and we will be right back.
I appreciate it, and thank you. We don't take any of our decisions lightly, and we are incredibly grateful for our community and our community support, so thank you.
Thank you.